Is that okay? Okay, so they don't have it now. The cops don't have it now. Okay. So laptops. Any other, like a Fitbit? Is there tablets?
iPad, but I have not found that.
Does she have it?
I've not found it yet. She has it, but I haven't seen it in the house.
Okay. So possibly she has it?
Possibly.
Oh, okay. When did you buy that?
That was a long time ago.
And so is it a full-on iPad, like,
yep.
You could use it to, like,
Wi-Fi.
Wi-Fi? Could you use it to navigate to an address?
You could text from it.
Oh, okay. So then, if it's possible and she has it and she's somewhere hurt or somewhere that we can't find her, she can't. In other words, could we somehow track that? Does that GPS?
It has to be sent to the Wi-Fi for it to actually.
Oh, so it's not like a phone then? It's a.
No.
Okay.
She has a watch as well, but I have not found that.
She has like a
Apple Watch.
Apple Watch. Okay. Do you know where that is?
I have not found it.
Okay.
It's not on the charger.
And it's not at your house that you can tell? Okay.
Hey guys, welcome back to Rabbit Hole Rocks. Today we're going to start a brand new series. This is going to be Chris Watts' full interrogation. This video is coming from Crime Vault YouTube channel, so go ahead and check it out if you don't want to hear my commentary. Let's go ahead and get into the video.
I'm just sitting next to you so we're looking at it together. So what I want to do is, we have a bunch of people coming in, from your neighborhood. Somebody saw something. Somebody knows where these kids are. And I keep saying kids. I'm sorry, you kids in your life. And I should say, I work these quite a bit, and so tonight, if I make one of those mistakes when I say kids instead of your wife and kids, I apologize. We work it a lot, and so I apologize if something comes out wrong or anyway. So I know you're going through a lot, so we're not going to keep you here all night. Can we go through this? So, okay, let's see, 148.
This is one of those tactics that the police use to kind of play the good cop and get on the good side of the suspect so that they won't feel as anxious and as stressed out. But we already see that Chris is nervous. He's got his arms crossed. He's like, the sour candy in his mouth look. He is showing that he is nervous and that he isn't open to giving that much information. But at the same time, he's kind of chill. He's relaxed. Oh, he's not that nervous because he has nothing to hide, except he has everything to hide. There are a lot of nonverbal cues that we see from him, a lot of his behavior, his body language. That is what we see, him crossing his arms. He's reading the paper along like he's in first grade, reading along with the teacher. Everybody read along. He's acting. He's pretending to be chill and relaxed, but in reality, he's nervous. Let's continue.
Doorbell detected visitor. What does that mean?
So the doorbell has a camera on it. When you get up to a certain proximity and when you ring it, it detects a visitor.
Okay. People are already distracting me there.
Oh.
So in fact, why don't we do this? So I work a lot of stuff like this in bank robberies, and when I talk to a witness at a bank robbery, sometimes I find it best for them to just say, tell me what happened, get it all out, and then once you get it out, let's go over it, okay? So just to get it all out as far as this, tell me exactly what you remember, and I'll take notes about where we can go.
Okay. So this 1:48 a.m.
Let me switch chairs, because when they come knocking, when they come knocking, I gotta use that key. Do you need more water?
No.
I brought you Gatorade.
Oh, thanks.
All right.
All right, so what Graham Coder did here is awesome. He put Chris in the corner. So Chris knows that he is free to walk at any point. He can get up and leave. The door is right there, but he has to get through Coder first. It's just a perfect way to put the pressure on him without really letting him know that there is pressure on him. So I thought this was amazing. I love seeing this because you just see Chris like, oh, okay. Oh. Should I sit right here? Yeah, okay. Chris is still giving these chill guy vibes. Oh, I'm just such a cool guy. I'm a cool guy. Look at me. I'm so chill. I'm so relaxed. I would never hurt my family. Let's continue.
Alright, so 1:40 a.m., doorbell detects the visitor. So when we were over at the neighbor's house, the next day we were looking at his camera as well, and it didn't show anybody walking up to the driveway, which was kind of weird. That's one reason I put that on there, because it showed Nicole dropping her off, but nobody actually walking up to the house. It was kind of weird, but she was in the house.
Okay.
So,
What Chris is doing is literally staring at the paper and reading what is in that paper, what I assume is his statement. And then he looks up at Coder and says, yeah, she was still in the house that morning, which is an obvious lie. Yeah, it's just, this is so bad. Anyway, let's continue.
What time are we talking?
it's still 1:48.
Okay. Keep going.
2 a.m., Shane gets in the bed with me. 4 a.m., that's when my alarm goes off for work, and I'm proceeding to get dressed, brush my teeth, everything I do upstairs.
Okay.
4:15, that's when I get back, slide right into bed next to her, and start having a conversation with her about having the house up for sale and talk.
Notice how Chris is reading, but then he looks up at Coder when he's straight up lying. You believe me, right? He looks up at Coder and he feels the need to look them straight in the eye and lie to him. And this is something that we see with Chris throughout his entire body cam footage. Anytime that he's lying, he makes sure to look them straight in the eye.
Long time ago. She got in a car wreck, and they believe that's what happened. But Imitrex is something she takes for migraine. She took more Imitrex this last month than she ever had before, but that's just because she was in North Carolina with humidity and everything like that. She was there for 6 weeks, and we got back Monday or Tuesday, and then she flew out to Arizona Friday morning, and then she got back last night about 2 a.m. The flight got delayed. She left about 11. She got here at 2.
Okay.
And I went to work this morning about 5:15, 5:30.
What do you do?
I work at oil and gas in Anadarko.
What do you do?
Not moving out. I mean, the last time I talked to her was this morning. She said she was going to take the kids to a friend's house, and that's where she was going to be. And then I've texted her today and never heard anything. But the car's here. Car's here. Unless somebody came and picked her up. But the people that I know, nobody's heard from her. Nobody's seen her.
Right. Who do you guys bank with?
Chase and USA. Field, Frederick.
Where at in Frederick, do you know?
So we had, they just lived up here in Frederick Way. They actually just moved down to Thornton, Nick and Amanda Thayer.
Okay.
Nikki, she lives up, the one that was here, she lives in Frederick.
The one that dropped her off?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, she lives over there building that new stoplight out on bridge over there.
Right. Okay. Any note? No.
So what kind of tools did you have to load up in the garage?
It was just mainly I got my water bottles, my water jug, my computer, book bags. I had my containers full of just my O-rings, all that stuff, just putting it all in there because I took it out a lot.
Do you load it up every day?
I'll just on the Monday, after I get all that stuff, because I had an issue where somebody stole all my tools out of my truck. My pipe wrenches are gone, my socket set's gone, my wrench set's gone. We had an issue. That's why I parked my truck in front of the neighbor's house for a few days, just to see if I could see if anybody was breaking it, tried to break it into my truck again. It was my fault. I left it unlocked. So as far as the toolbox is on the back.
So on the weekend you download your stuff?
Everything out?
Mm-hmm.
And then on Monday you load it
Oh yeah,
back up?
just put it all back in, just to kind of get everything out of my truck, clean it out a little bit from the whole week, because it gets filthy in there.
I was getting my tool set and my wrench set, and I grabbed my water and I packed it, my pens, I grabbed my notebook, I also grabbed my other notebook and I packed that. You believe me, right? And so this is a very obvious lie that we see from Chris, and obviously we know that this is a lie. But it's really good that we get a baseline from Chris this early on, because with Nicole Kessinger, she is a lot smarter than Chris, hands down, right? I mean, the way that she played Kobach like a fiddle, and the way that she was able to use her body and from all your comments, weaponized incompetence, she's able to use that to her advantage. Chris, on the other hand, he is an absolute idiot. Just moron. This guy is not able to lie. And we get a baseline from him this early on because he is a terrible liar. Let's continue.
Talking about like actually proceeding with the separation. Okay. And obviously it gets pretty emotional, like we're talking about, like we felt the disconnection was there, like falling out of love and trying to stay together, maybe just for the kids' sake, but we're realizing that doing like our homework, it's not, most of the time that's not going to work.
Yeah. Did you ever give him like books or articles or anything to read about saving your marriage? Did you ever provide anything to him like that?
About saving his marriage?
Yeah, like how to recover a marriage or how to save your marriage. Or, there's all sorts of publications and books out there.
No, but I did tell him, and I don't know if I did this through text or phone. That will be something you guys will, I'm sure, figure out. But I told him a few times, like, I think that you should take the time to read some articles about what separation does to kids. And I told him, I said, when my parents separated, we were literally like 3 and 5. We were almost the exact same age as these little girls. And I told him, I said, I was so young when it happened that it didn't really have like a big negative effect on me because it was so small that I didn't really process it too well. I was like, but I do have cousins that their parents got divorced when they were like 10, 11, and I think that it hit them a little harder, and he's like, oh, they'll be fine, and I told him, I was like, even though they're small and you think that they'll be fine, I was like, I think you guys should just read about it just so that you guys are prepared in case, one of these two starts having a hard time with the fact that you guys aren't in the same house anymore, and I would tell him, I was like, there's pros and cons to it, like, because he was like getting ready to do it, and it would be like, it's kind of cool having 2 Christmases, and like your parents get to go, be happy doing whatever it is they want to do with their lives, and they don't have to be in a situation that's probably not good for the kids because it's not good for those two, but at the same time, it was like, just read. Like, that's what I always used to tell him. I'd always tell him to, like, I tell people to read about everything. Reading is so good for you. Just read. I tell people to read about everything. Reading is so good for you. Just read. Read about it. Read some articles about, just read. Read about it. I tell people to read about everything. Reading is so good for you. Just read. Read about it. Read about it. Read about it. Read about it. Just read. Read about it. Read some articles about,
Yeah. And it gets pretty emotional because we have 2 beautiful kids and we have 1 on the way. So it's just a matter of like, it was very emotional. We were both crying. And at the end, we just said, she said she was going to take the kids to her friend's house for the day. She would be back. Okay. I was like, okay, it's fine. And so I went downstairs, made my protein shake. It was 5 a.m. That's when I did that. Packed my lunchbox, had my oatmeal, chicken. Fill my water jug up.
My oatmeal, my chicken, my carrots. God, this guy is such an idiot. Watching Chris, oh my God, watching Chris I think it's worse watching him than Nicole. Because like I said, at least Nicole is clever. She's a lot smarter. We're trying to decipher what is a lie and what isn't. But with Chris, he's such an idiot that everything that he's saying is obviously a lie. He's telling Coder a story. Yeah, we both got emotional. We cried a lot. Yeah, and then, oh yeah, and then at 5:15, I grabbed my water jug, I grabbed my chicken, I grabbed my carrots, and then I left. He's literally having to reference a piece of paper because he knows that it's a lie and everything that he's saying is bullshit. And so he's having to go back to the piece of paper to remember exact times. Let's continue.
5:15, I went outside, backed my truck up, loaded up, had my book bag, my lunchbox, computer, water jug, my big clear container. I put big clear containers in my truck so it's easy just to pull out, pull in, just depending on what I'm going to use. My O-ring kit, I knew I was going to do some stuffing box rubbers that day, so I got some various open wrenches from my toolbox. I know those will work better than the ones they would give me.
Okay.
Graham Coder is already giving him the eye. He's like, yeah, what else did you put in your truck, Chris? Because notice how he does the same thing that Nicole does, ramble. He's rambling. I grab my 2 water jugs, because I gotta haul it. And I grab my wrench set. It doesn't really work anymore. I get what I get. I work with what I got. If it doesn't work, then I'll use my teeth. When Chris lies, he does a lot of hand movements. And we see this, again, throughout the body cam footage.
This camera's I would have got it. Like right. We had issues the other week when people were stealing stuff out of like garages and stuff like that. And I have parked my truck right here. Park right here. Yeah. So I can see where someone tried to jimmy with a flathead screwdriver over there.
Somebody tried to jimmy it with a screwdriver. And when he's explaining to the police officers that he loaded everything under his kitchen sink into the truck, he does a lot of hand movements. And so this is another one of Chris's tells. He tries to distract with his hands and with his exaggerated movements. And Coder, as we can see, he's kind of already over it. He can already tell that Chris is lying. Let's continue.
5:30, that's when I went to work. Okay. And I hadn't heard from Shanann for about 2 hours there, so at 7:40 I texted her and asked her if she could tell me where the kids were if she took them anywhere. Okay. Nothing. Okay. At 12 I texted her again, called me. Nothing. And then about 12:10 p.m. that's when my doorbell visitor, another visitor, and I was like,
Chris really did this. He's like, yeah, and yeah, at 7:40 I texted her, nothing. This guy is so bad at lying.
At 12 I texted her again, called me. Nothing. And then about 12:10 p.m. that's when my doorbell visitor, another visitor, and I was like, it popped up on my phone and it says it was Nicole. And I tried to put it on my phone to see if she's just trying to get in or whatnot. And I hear she's on the phone I could hear her all through my phone saying she's trying to get to Shanann. So that's when I called her. I called her at 12:20, see what was going on. She told me that Shanann hadn't responded to any of her calls all day or any of her friends' calls all day. Okay. And that's very strange, just because. I mean, she doesn't get back to me, that's fine. She gets busy with kids, whatever. And if she doesn't get back to her people, the people she works with direct sales. Okay. So if she doesn't get back with them, that's strange.
Is she the type to answer the phone?
Chris used the exact same lines that he used with Denver 7 News and 9 News. Well, if she doesn't get back to me, that's whatever. But if she doesn't get back to her people, now that was concerning. Both times that he was interviewed by the news, he said it twice. And he said the exact same line here again. This tells us that this was premeditated. He planned to do this and he planned to say these things. He already had a backup plan for what he was going to say if somebody asked him, why didn't you report her missing? My opinion, speculation, they expected that Shanann, Bella, and Cece weren't going to be reported until after 24 to 48 hours. I believe that this was going to be his answer. She doesn't get back to me, it's whatever, but if she doesn't get back to her people, it would have looked like Shanann took off with the kids. And that is why he said the exact same line in all of the interviews and now again in the interrogation. Nicole also had her own backup plan. The line that we kept hearing from Nicole was, if my friends don't text me back in 2 hours, I don't think murder. And so that was Nicole's excuse. So to me, this was premeditated and it was planned. And they both came up with what they were going to say when asked, did you think it was weird that she wasn't reported missing right away? Let's continue.
I could hear her all through my phone saying she's trying to get to Shanann, so that's when I called her. I called her at 12:20, see what was going on. She told me that Shanann hadn't responded to any of her calls all day or any of her friends' calls all day. Okay. And that's very strange, just because. I mean, she doesn't get back to me, that's fine. She gets busy with kids, whatever. And if she doesn't get back to her people, the people she works with direct sales. Okay. So if she doesn't get back with them, that's strange.
Is she the type to answer the phone?
For them, yeah, it's like all the time.
Okay.
Yeah, for me, it's just like, hey, wait, I'll see you later. So about 12:40.
You know, I'm just the husband. She ignores me all the time and I don't care, whatever. Again, he's trying to downplay it. He's trying to seem so chill and relaxed. Yeah, as the husband, she doesn't always text me. Oh yeah, what else did I say? I need to make sure that I get all of my facts right. And then at 6:16, Nicole Cassinger's phone pinged near my house. Oops, let's continue.
A few more efforts from Nicole to reach her while she's there, like outside the house.
Mm-hmm.
And at 1 o'clock, that's when I left, and I was like, all right, I'm on my way down there. 2 o'clock when I got home, because they couldn't get in because the front door had a top latch to keep the kids in. Nicole and the police officer that was there.
Okay. Right. Okay, gotcha.
So they couldn't get in because top latch on the front door was hinged, and the keypad on the outside did not work to get in the garage. So they had to wait till I got there so I could get the remote opened.
Okay.
So that's when I got home. I opened the garage door.
Yeah, he mentions that the lock was latched on the inside of the house. So if Nicole Cassinger was there in the morning and the code didn't work, then that means that she probably went in through either the back or the garage. However, neighbor Nate didn't capture anybody going through the garage that morning. So if the theories are true and Nicole Cassinger was there, then she probably went in through the back and went in through the basement. Lots of theories about the basement. But here we're hearing from Chris say that the code didn't work. Interesting. Let's continue.
And we went inside the house and looked everywhere. Shanann, Bella, and Celeste, nowhere to be found. Shannon's wedding ring's on her nightstand. Her phone's still on the couch. Her purse is still there. Medicine for the kids is still there. The car seat is still there. And there's no sign of them anywhere.
Okay.
3 o'clock. The police officer, detective, Howard, right?
Oh, yes.
Okay. I don't butcher his name every time. Asking Nicole and I, questions about where she could have gone or who she could be with.
What the hell is this? This is like a teacher and a student learning how to read for the first time. This looks like Chris in grade school. At 2 p.m., Detective how do you say that? Baumhover. Oh, Baumhover. Okay. Yeah, and then the door was locked. Sorry, I just don't know how to say these words. Oh, so hard. And then, this is supposed to be a man whose wife and children went missing. And he's supposed to be wanting them back so bad. I want them back like so bad. Yet he's having to read off of a piece of paper, then use his memory. And this is a dad who is distraught. He's supposed to be worried and concerned because his family is missing. Nothing points to him being concerned or worried about his missing family. All of it points to him trying to seem cool, calm, and relaxed. I am not involved in this, and I'll show you because I'm going to read off this piece of paper, and I'm not going to stutter. Baumhover? Watching him in this interrogation is difficult because I can't believe that somebody is this stupid. He doesn't even make an attempt to care that his family is missing. And then doing this with his hand. Chris Watts takes the cake for America's dumbest family annihilator, hands down. Let's continue.
At about 4 o'clock, the police officer that was there, he was checking neighbor security footage. At 5 p.m., the same police officer, detective, and then sergeant, another officer, they showed up and they searched the house again. About 6 o'clock, being calling around to anyone that I could.
At 5 o'clock, the canine unit showed up. At around 6 p.m., the feline unit was there. Meow. What is he, an orchestra director? Let's continue.
That may know something, called hospitals and hotels. 7:30, my friend Nick and Men showed up to show support. And And then on his friends showing up. So it's Lauren, Dave, Jeremy, and 10 o'clock's pretty much about laid down, but I did go to bed till about like 2 a.m. just because he was in text and calls all night.
Okay.
And I was just hoping that, I left all the lights on in the house, I was hoping that I'd get a knock on the door. But
Yeah.
nothing happened. Yeah, but nothing happened.
What do you think happened?
He's reading off of his paperwork. He's reading off his script. Yeah, and then this happened. And then he turns around to Coder and lies. Bold-faced lie. And then I left the lights on, and then I hoped that someone would come knock at my door. And I wish that they would just barrel rush me, but nothing happened. It's an obvious lie. Nothing happened, though. And then here we have Coder is asking him, what do you think happened? Let's see what Chris says.
He was checking neighbor security footage. At 5 p.m., the same police officer and detective, and then sergeant, another officer, they showed up and they searched the house again. About 6 o'clock, I began calling around to anyone that I could, that may know something, called hospitals and hotels. 7:30, my friend Nick Amanda showed up to show support, and then on his friends showing up. So it's Lauren, Dave, Jeremy, and 10 o'clock's pretty much about laid down, but I did go to bed till about like 2 a.m. just because he was in text and calls all night.
Okay.
And I was just hoping that, left all the lights on in the house, I was hoping that I'd get a knock on the door. But
Yeah.
nothing happened. Yeah, but nothing happened.
What do you think happened?
At first, I really thought maybe she was just at somebody's house, just decompressing.
Exploring off steam.
Yeah. But after today, like with the onslaught of all the cars, all the police cars, all the news, all the K-9 units, it's making me lean the other direction about someone took her.
Okay.
But it's just, if someone took her, it would have to have been someone she knew. Because there's no sign of anything like being disturbed, broken.
Mm-hmm.
But like, that's the way I'm leaning now. At first I thought for real she was just decompressing somewhere. I thought she was safe, even though everything in the house was left there. But now it's just, after the day with the news crews and everything, it feels more the other direction. And it's freaking me out.
It is freaking me out. So he only started to worry about his missing wife and his missing children because news crews were at his house. And because of the onslaught of the police, the detectives, the K-9 units, the neighbors, and the news crew. He was trying to convince the public that he was worried sick that his family was missing. Yet, the worry and the concern didn't come naturally. He only became concerned when the news crews and the police were at his house. This guy, what's another word for idiot? Because I'm running out of adjectives for this guy. Nincompoop. He is sitting here talking to the FBI, telling Agent Graham Coder to his face that he wasn't worried until other people became worried. It wasn't until other people called the police, and then the police were all over his house. The K-9 units were sniffing all up in his house. And the news crews were interviewing him. Oh, that's when he started to become concerned. Oh my God. Is my family missing? Is that why you're interviewing me? All these cops are here because my family is missing. Wow. Oh, now I'm starting to get worried. What is wrong with this guy? He only got as far as he got in life thanks to Shanann. Because of Shanann, Chris was able to learn how to put his socks on. She's the one who said, hey, Chris, you got to help me with the laundry, man. Do the laundry. Help me with the girls. He needed a strong, independent woman telling him what to do. And that is why he was so attracted to strong women. That's why he was attracted to Nicole. Nicole was also bossing him around. Otherwise, this guy would probably be living under a bridge if it wasn't for these women. And now, if it wasn't for the criminal justice system, taking care of him, putting a roof over his head, feeding him 3 meals a day, telling him when he needs to go shower. Go work out for 30 minutes and then you come back to your little cell. Read a book. He needed to be told what to do by someone because he alone can't figure it out. He's got a big head, but he's got a tiny little pea-sized brain. So yeah, I believe that Chris always needed someone to hold his hand in life. He's an idiot. And I think this is another reason why we're stuck on this case, because how can someone so stupid, like Chris Watts, be the mastermind of such horrific crimes? I believe that he had help from someone a lot smarter than him. Let me know what you all think. Again, this is just my opinion. This is speculation. You all let me know what you think. Let's continue.
Because there's no sign of anything like being disturbed, broken. But like that's the way I'm leaning now. At first I thought for real she was just decompressing somewhere. I thought she was safe, even though everything in the house was left there. But now it's just after the day with the news crews and everything, it feels more the other direction, and it's freaking me out because I have no idea where they are.
Okay. If you
Because I have no idea where they are.
could think of anything that we could do to find them, what would it be?
I mean, everything that I've exhausted so far is like people that have car seats because she left the car seats, and she would never just. I mean, Bella could sit in a regular booster chair that because she's about that time. Celeste isn't quite there yet, but all people that I know that have cars, they've contacted me. There's definitely a chance of somebody I don't know, of being a guy or a girl.
This moron is saying that if somebody took them, it had to have been someone with a car seat. But it couldn't have been someone with a car seat because everyone with car seats has already contacted me. Could you imagine being a criminal kidnapper, but you're worried about road safety first? Get in my car, kid. Oh, wait, hold on. Safety first? Buckle up. I want to make sure you're safe. Crazy people out on the road, you never know. Road safety is my priority when it comes to kidnapping people. And now he's saying it could be a guy or a girl. She was kidnapped by a man. I don't know him though. Everyone that I know has already contacted me. This is what Chris Watts was trying to sell to the FBI. My friends know, all my friends who have car seats know. Who doesn't have a car seat? Probably someone I don't know, guy or a girl. I don't know, it's probably a guy though, because guys don't have car seats. Do you believe me, officer, detective, sergeant, K9 units? Let's continue.
She has plenty of friends through like direct sales that I've never met that could have a kid that they come and just say, let's go. Like just back up in the back, put them in, let's go. But I wouldn't have the name. I wouldn't know who they are. And
What?
it's like that's what's driving me nuts. It's like when I told the news crew, like if she's out there, like just come home. Like if someone has her, or like not just has her, but she's at somebody's house and she's just decompressing, it's time to come back. Now this is real.
Okay.
This has gone to a different level.
Absolutely.
What? Someone who had kids just backed up and said, hey, come on, get in. Just get in. Leave your shoes. You don't need your shoes. Just get in. If she is somewhere decompressing, now is the time to come back. The police and the detectives and all of the sergeants are here. And the news crew. Now is the time to come back. This is serious. Like, just come back. He really believed that this was going to be enough to get him off the hook. None of this is believable. But he's coming up with the stupidest theories because he thinks that somehow his charisma, and because he's an introvert, and oh, I'm so quiet, I never heard a fly. He thinks that his charisma and his personality are going to win the police over with his stupidity. Let's continue.
Okay. Do you have an inkling of if it's good or bad?
Yesterday, I would have thought that she was safe and it was good that she would come home. Today, it's more on the other side. I don't think that she would let it get this far if she was just decompressing somewhere. I mean, she's not talking to anybody. As far as, I mean, and people that have reached out to me that I haven't talked to in like a year that are friends with her. Like one of her like best friends, Mark Judy, lives in Florida. She works in the police department down in Miami. And she called me today. Like that's one of her friends she would confide in.
Oh, okay. So, and she hasn't heard anything?
Nothing.
And nobody's heard anything?
Her parents, I mean, she doesn't like talking to her mom, but still her mom calls her enough that she would at least answer once.
Yeah. And if she's, I mean, I'm married, I know how it is. If she's hacked off at her husband, would she call him home?
She would call one of the friends that contacted me.
Okay.
At least one of them, because she has a close-knit group.
Okay.
But the fact that none of them know anything is very strange, because one of them would have said something by now, seeing what this is escalating to.
Is it possible that her close-knit group isn't close with you and there is somebody who knows where she is right now?
I don't think so, because, I mean, Nicole is she's very close with Nicole. And the way Nicole is acting right now, as far as how emotional she gets, there's no way, like, she knows.
What does that mean?
There's no way, like, she would know, like, where she is if she knew.
Oh, so you're saying if Nicole knew?
Yeah, Nicole knew, like, the way she's acting right now, she's as freaked out as I am.
Okay.
So there's no way, like, she would know where she is if she...
The way Nicole is acting right now, she's as freaked out as I am. No, she isn't. She is really freaked out. The way Nicole was acting is genuine concern for someone when they're missing. He was really trying to imply here that her friends all know where Shanann is hiding and that they wouldn't let it get this far. No. Oh my God. The canine units? Are you serious? Why would you let it get this far? So he's really trying to imply here that if Nicole knew where Shanann was, meaning, oh, Shanann is decompressing at Nicole's house, that Nicole wouldn't be pretending, acting this way, acting concerned because her friend is missing, if Nicole actually knew where Shanann was. Wow. And then the audacity to say, oh, she's just as worried as I am. No, you're not worried at all, guy. Graham Coder asked him if he has an inkling of what happened. And notice how Chris's MO is the same as Nicole Kessinger's. Their MO is just to ramble. Yesterday, I thought she was still decompressing, but today, though, I don't know. It's starting to lean the other way. Do people know where she's at? If she's hiding at a friend's house, why hasn't she come out yet? I don't think they're hiding her. She wouldn't let it get this far. Very similar behavior that we see from Nicole Kessinger, except Chris is a lot more obvious. This is his family that's missing. So the fact that he's so calm and nonchalant about this is so ridiculous. Let's continue.
Do you know
Nicole that well?
I mean, she's been over at our house a good amount of time.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And you've obviously spoken with Nicole?
Oh, yeah.
And you don't have any weird things from her?
No, she was there at the house. Like, she was the one that was ringing the doorbell trying to see what was going on.
Okay. Do you have a sense that the police here, or the FBI here, do you have a sense that we have a good enough list of people to call and check with? So
I think so, because I've gone through my entire phone. I know Nicole's gone through her entire phone. Amanda, anybody that lives here that knows Shanann, they pretty much have the same contact list.
Okay.
So if there's somebody that's not on my phone, it's on theirs.
Okay. Has somebody, I think the police have Nicole's, your wife's phone, right?
Yes.
And I don't want to pronounce her name wrong, Shanann? Okay. So the police have Shanann's phone?
Yep.
Do they have your phones? Have they looked at your phones?
I don't think so.
Okay. Can I run that out and have them look real quick?
Yeah.
Okay. Is there any password I'm going to run into?
3307.
3307?
3387.
3387. Are there any other phones you can check? Okay. When they look at this, what's the best thing that they can do to say, look for these contacts, look for this Instagram, look for this Snapchat?
So, like, the only thing on here that I would say is going to be weird, because our contact list is the same.
Oh, you guys have a shared. Are there any other phones you can check? Okay.
Graham Coder asked him, are there any other phones? I believe. I think that's what I heard. If not, please correct me. I think that's what I heard Graham Coder ask him. Are there any other phones? And Chris says, Were there other phones? His work phone maybe, or an app that he's not wanting to say? Because when Chris Watts says no, he usually says no. But just like Nicole, when it's a half-truth, they go, mm-hmm, mm-mm. I believe that a lot of the communication happened via Snapchat. I think that that's where they sent a lot of the nudes to each other because they can get deleted. And the ones that didn't get deleted were saved onto the calculator app. I wonder if he said, because he knew that they were about to go through his phone and that he has a lot of messages there between him and Nicole Kessinger. Let's continue.
I don't know, to say, look for these contacts, look for this Instagram, look for this Snapchat.
So like the only thing on here that I would say is going to be weird because our contact list is the same.
Oh, you guys have a shared contact?
Yeah, like
every Google.
Yeah, it's like I'm like all the. What drove me nuts is that when she like downloaded to the cloud, it multiplied or duplicated.
Oh, I hate that. I hate that.
Yeah, so this is the same person over and over.
10 people over. Oh, okay.
So we have the same contact.
Okay. So I'm gonna run this out.
Okay.
So
I want to distract from all of the other apps. I don't want you to look at those. The one thing that is weird though is that all of the messages got duplicated. It's the same person 50,000 times. The police, the FBI is about to go through his entire phone. They're not just going to look through the text messages and the emails. They're going to look through every single app. And he gave his phone over. But at least Chris, because he's such an idiot, Chris gave his phone up willingly. He's like, yeah, here you go. Because he was confident that they weren't going to look through his hidden apps. Nicole, on the other hand, weaponized incompetence. I love that. Weaponized incompetence. Yeah, she played dumb. Nicole just played dumb. Oh. How do I transfer this over? Oh, I don't get it. Oh, this is bullshit. Oh. But that's because Nicole Kessinger is smarter than Chris. Nicole Kessinger Googled, will the police find my text messages after I've deleted them? She knew what was about to happen. She's not stupid. She even dares to ask Kobach, how did you get my text messages between me and Charlotte? Are you gonna see my new text messages on my new phone? Chris Watts, on the other hand, dummy. Thankfully, he is stupid, and that's why he was caught so early on. But it's just painful to watch how stupid this man is. He really believed that they weren't going to look through all of it. Let's continue.
3387. And I really want them to just not physically rip this phone apart, but really dive in.
Okay.
And are you okay with that? Okay. I'm hands off somebody. All right, I'll be back.
Look at his face. Yeah, he's sitting there starting to realize, they're gonna rip my phone apart.
Okay, that's 3387. Good, that 3387. All right. Are there any other phones at home we can look at?
That's the only ones I know of. It's hers and mine.
Computers.
She has a laptop, but she barely uses it.
Okay. Where's the laptop?
In the office.
At home?
Yep.
Okay. I think that, I'm sorry that I'm catching up here. This always happens. The police are the first people to get a call. Then when it's serious like this with missing kids, then a day or two later we come in and say, I'm sorry, I'm playing catch up. It's always good to repeat it though. So laptop at home, does it have a password?
I don't think so. It might, but that's what she uses.
Okay.
Just in her office.
Do you have any idea?
I have an idea what the password could be.
Okay.
It's like 428-4915, capital S, lowercase w. That's their main password.
428-4915, capital S, lowercase w. And we'll probably just have you bring that invoice. Is that okay? Okay, so they don't have it now, the cops don't have it now. Okay. So laptops, any other, like a Fitbit, is there, have it?
iPad, but I have not found that.
Does she have it?
I've not found it yet. She has it, but I haven't seen it in the house.
Okay. So possibly she has it?
Possibly.
Oh, okay. When did you buy that?
That was a long time ago.
And so is it a full-on iPad, like,
Yep.
if you could use it to, like,
Wi-Fi.
Wi-Fi? Could you use it to navigate to an address?
You could text from it.
Oh, okay. So then, if it's possible and she has it and she's somewhere hurt or somewhere that we can't find her, she can't. In other words, could we somehow track that? Does that GPS?
It has to be sent to the Wi-Fi for it to actually.
Oh, so it's not like a phone then, it's a.
No.
Okay.
She has a watch as well, but I have not found that.
She has like a
Apple Watch.
Apple Watch, okay. Do you know where that is?
I have not found it.
Okay.
It's not on the charger.
And it's not at your house, but you can tell? Okay. Do you think the password for the iPad is the same?
No, it'd probably be 2385.
238. Is that common for her?
Yes.
Anyone?
On a 4-digit it is.
Okay. What about for her Apple Watch?
2385.
238. Okay. I don't have an Apple Watch. Is that one where you have to unlock it usually? Okay. And does she usually have a password?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
On her phone, it's different because it's 6 digits. But
Okay. What's your phone?
it's going to be 013119.
Is that a birthday or something?
The next baby.
Oh,
Due date.
Due date. Okay. I'm sorry to hear that.
They're talking about an iPad and an Apple Watch, and notice how Chris tries to play dumb. He plays dumb with the passwords. Oh, it probably has a password. I wonder if there was anything in that iPad. What do we know about this iPad? Where is the iPad? Shanann changed her password to her phone in Arizona while she was on her work trip. The next morning, when Chris is trying to get into her phone, he can't because Shanann changed her password. And he didn't know the password. He needed Nicole Atkinson to tell him the password.
Do you know her passcode?
I don't know her passcode.
It used to be 2385, but now it's 6 digits.
It's the baby's due date.
1/31/8/19. There it is.
Which is 013119. It was the day that Nico was supposed to be born. My theory is that Nicole Kessinger was supposed to be texting from Shanann's phone to make it seem like she was still alive, making it seem like she was texting back and forth with Chris, telling him that she left with the girls and to never contact her again. But because Shanann changed her password, I believe that Nicole wasn't able to get into her phone and pretend to be Shanann. Now they're bringing up an iPad. And Chris is like, I don't know where the iPad is. I can't find it. But notice how he says, oh, you can text from it. And it has to be connected to Wi-Fi to be able to text from the iPad. So, is it possible that because Nicole or Chris or whomever wasn't able to get into Shanann's phone that morning, that they were then trying to get into the iPad and text from the iPad, making it seem like it was Shanann who was texting that she was leaving with the kids? Is that a possibility? What happened to this iPad? Where is this iPad at? The location or the ultimate disposition of Shanann Watts' iPad is not mentioned in the publicly available information regarding the investigation and court proceedings. But Chris is talking about an iPad and how it was able to text and he couldn't find it. And it's not in the public discovery. So I wonder if someone tried to text from that iPad, pretending to be Shanann, telling Chris, oh, I'm taking off and I'm taking the kids. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and stop it here. We are at the first 20 minutes of Chris Watts' interrogation. We have reached 5,000 subscribers, and I just want to thank you all so much for all the love and support that you show on my channel. I'll be doing a sticker giveaway. Yay! I know it's not much, but I do want to do this giveaway just to show my appreciation, how much I appreciate all of you for all the support that you show on my channel. I will let all of you know when the time is to enter, either by post or through a video. I will let you know to enter, and I will give you the dates of when it starts, when it ends, and then when I will be doing the actual giveaway. So if you do want to enter, be on the lookout for that. I'm going to be posting on that very soon once I have the logistics squared away. But anyway, Thank you all for watching. Take care, and I'll see you next time.